The new WTA Top 10 with position changes for Coco Gauff and Amanda Anisimova. The WTA Tour has already experienced plenty of drama despite being in the very early stages of the 2026 season. Aryna Sabalenka won the Brisbane International, while her close rival Iga Swiatek helped Poland win the United Cup. Moreover, Alina Svitolina triumphed in Auckland, with the WTA Tour now turning to the Adelaide International and Hobart International. They are the final events in the calendar before the Australian Open, which returns to Melbourne Park next week. Coco Gauff and Amanda Anisimova swap places in new WTA Top 10. Before that, the WTA Tour rankings have been updated, with a new-look Top 10 now in place after the latest events. Sabalenka has retained her world number 1 ranking, as has Swiatek in second, but Coco Gauff has risen 1 spot to third. She has replaced fellow American Amanda Anisimova, who has dropped 1 spot to fourth, while Elena Rybakina remains in fifth. Jessica Pegula has also stayed in sixth place, but Jasmine Paolini and Mira Andreeva have each risen 1 spot to seventh and eighth respectively. Madison Keys has dropped 2 spots to ninth, while Belinda Bencic is up 1 spot to 10th after her MVP showing at the United Cup for Switzerland. Belinda Bencic emulates Serena Williams after United Cup heroics. While Poland finally won the United Cup after losing back-to-back finals, Switzerland stole the hearts of many in Australia. ATP veteran Stan Wawrinka enjoyed a stunning tournament, kickstarting his final season as a professional in superb fashion. But impressing most of all was Bencic, who went undefeated 5-0 across 5 ties to earn the MVP award for the tournament. She also earned 500 ranking points, and is now the first mother in the WTA Top 10 since Serena Williams in 2021. Bencic returned to tennis unranked in October 2024 after the birth of her daughter in April, before finishing the year 913th in the world. It's been a stunning return for the former world number 4, who will now set her sights on more success at the Australian Open. Tennis: a new dawn in women's tennis. The latest WTA Top 10 and the rise of Gauff and Anisimova. In the ever-spinning wheel of professional tennis rankings, the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, Top 10 is where storylines of ambition, triumph, resilience, and rivalry intertwine. Each weekly update doesn't just shuffle names and numbers. It tells a narrative about the past month's battles on court, the momentum players have built, and the pressure cooker of expectations leading into the next tournament. The latest WTA rankings, updated on January 12, 2026, underline that truth spectacularly. At the heart of this dynamism are 2 Americans, Coco Gauff and Amanda Anisimova, whose interwoven journeys reflect contrasting arcs of climb, challenge, and opportunity. Bar chart: current WTA Top 10, January 12, 2026. Before we dive into the narrative, here's where the elite stand today. Aryna Sabalenka, BIL, 10,990 points. Iga Swiatek, POL, 8,328 points. Coco Gauff, USA, 6,423 points. Amanda Anisimova, USA, 6,320 points. Elena Rybakina, KZ, 5,850 points. Jessica Pegula, USA, 5,453 points. Jasmine Paolini, ITA, 4,267 points. Mira Andreeva, Rus, 4,232 points. Madison Keys, USA, 4,003 points. Belinda Bencic, SUI, 3,512 points. What immediately catches the eye here isn't just the familiar names. It's the tight point gap between Coco Gauff and Amanda Anisimova. The margin separating them is a mere 103 points. That's strikingly small in a sport where gaps of hundreds or thousands of points often define legacies. This cluster of talent encapsulates the strength and depth of the WTA Tour. At the very top sit Sabalenka and Swiatek, champions with multiple Grand Slam titles and seasons of consistency. But behind them, the energy is electric. 2 Americans locked in a race of their own, each with momentum of a different kind. Microphone: Coco Gauff, the established star carver. Coco Gauff's rise has been one of the defining stories of the 2020s. From her breakthrough around 2019 as a teenage prodigy to multiple Grand Slam titles and a status as one of the most complete players on tour, she's carried the bright expectations of American tennis for years. Her blend of athleticism, aggressive baseline power, strong serve, and evolving tactical play has made her a constant contender at the biggest tournaments. Through much of 2025, Gauff remained entrenched in the upper echelons, often within the top four, thanks to consistent performances in premier tournaments, finals runs, and a steady accumulation of ranking points. But as 2025 ended and the new season began, fresh results saw her dip slightly relative to some rivals. Yet she remains solidly in number 3, just ahead of Anisimova. Brain what this ranking says about Gauff. Consistency over flashiness. Gauff's rank isn't driven by a single unreal run. It's earned through consistent showings at the majors and high-level events, even when final trophies didn't always materialize. Pressure of expectations. Being one of the game's most recognizable young stars also brings added scrutiny. Every loss, every slip in form, gets examined more intensely than for most peers. Narrow margin to the next. With just over 100 points separating number 3 from number 4, every match in the next few months matters. Even slight dips, early exits, or spikes, deep runs, can send Gauff surging or sliding. When Gauff lost a recent early match in Brisbane, and those dropped points trickled into the rankings, it underscored how fine the margins can be at this level. Every serve win, break point saved, and tiebreak taken becomes a tiny gear in the larger machine of ranking destiny. But there's something refreshing about her position here. She isn't running away from anybody. She's in the fight, locked with her compatriot Anisimova and within striking distance of Swiatek. That competitive tension drives narratives and ignites fan excitement. Fire Amanda Anisimova, the breakout blaze. Amanda Anisimova's story is different in texture but no less compelling. Early in her career, she showed prodigious talent as a teenager, breaking into the top 20 and stirring major attention. But consistency problems and injuries kept many pundits wondering if she would ever fully ascend. Then came the later part of 2025, and a remarkable resurgence. Anisimova reached a career-high ranking just as the new season opened, climbing into number 4 in the world, her highest position yet. This was fueled by deep runs at the biggest events, including a Wimbledon final and US Open performance that not only boosted her points tally but also solidified her status as a player capable of challenging the very best. Glowing star. Why Anisimova's rise matters. An emotional roller coaster become elite consistency. In 2025 she went from outside the top 30 to the cusp of the podium. A rise like this doesn't just represent better tennis. It represents mental growth, sustained focus, and tactical evolution. Proof of potential. Anisimova's wins over top players, Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Gauff, demonstrate she's not just climbing by default, but by directly beating the elite. A career moment. Setting a career-high rank like this at 24 suggests her peak years might still lie ahead, and the next season could be where she earns her first major title. That said, because Anisimova slightly underperformed in Brisbane and others around her gained points, she now sits just below Gauff, with that tiny gap hinting at everything that's to come.